This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the first storytellers whose land we are recording on today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We would like to pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge them and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples whose culture lives on today in Naarm, the city Melbourne. Theirs is the oldest in the world and their sovereignty was never ceded. All you baddies, benders and babes, and welcome back to the Book of War, an Avatar Legends real play. The story of 4 runaways seeking the Book of War in a world without the Avatar. My name is Jesse Thomas and I play Minh FANG, the Foundling, he, him, a runaway from the Earth Kingdom, a repressed runaway lava bender from the Earth Kingdom who found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets.
We were all looking around the table, nodding approvingly at your catch.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. My Minh fact today is another FANG family fatality.
Nice.
Fangtality.
Thank you. This is Vatoni FANG. Vatoni
Vatoni
FANG.
Hello.
So one of the difficulties of lava bending is remembering that even though you are bending in a style that is sort of similar, you're bending earth, you have to force it to be a liquid, that you're doing very rigid styles. You have to remember that you are actually bending a fluid in the end of the day. And so you can't exactly... So Vatoni put up a lava shield to block themselves, which promptly an earth coin just went straight through the lava and killed them. Like this big earth, because she didn't solidify it. She was straight through, taken out.
It makes a lot of sense that it's just like, yes, you're not used to rock having viscosity.
Yeah. And while it slowed it down, an earth coin the size of a house will kill you. So
Yeah. And also covered in lava.
covered,
as well.
yeah, also splashback.
Probably made it much worse for herself.
Yeah,
really.
so...
Wouldn't that be the irony? It wasn't the coin, it was the lava component. Yeah.
And so I think this is part of my explanation of like fangs have a lot of tragic happenstance deaths, which is why they started writing stuff down, because they're like, well, I need to make sure people don't do this as well.
Hi, my name is Lucas. I know my name. I'm saying my name. I played Tomo the Hammer. He, him, a combustion bender free from his past demons and ready to unleash his full powers to right all the wrongs in the world. Lucas fact, an update on the real life Sooty saga.
Please.
Right?
Yes, so it's been quite a few weeks of peace and quiet to the point where I started getting worried that something happened to Sooty because I've not heard anything. And then I come home late one night in the bathroom, I turn the light on, I turn around, there it is. There it is. This, and I've realized, I've understood why the traps have not been working. She's like twice the size of when I first saw her.
Oh, I was going to ask.
She has done really well here, and I need to once again escalate. Yeah. Too big.
I'm ready for this movie, straight to TV movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come for this.
It's Mouse Hunt. You're gonna find out that Mouse is your long lost brother or something.
Maybe, possibly.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's your grandpa haunting you again.
Maybe. Fun fact, also, I was born the year of the rat.
Oh.
So, there's some rodent
The plot
connection.
thickens.
We'll see. Anyway, that's me. And Sooty.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel and I play Nuro, the Destined, they, she, he. Nuro is a runaway from the strange and mystical foggy swamp. Once a lone wanderer and now part of a pack, Nuro finds themselves navigating a world more complex and mysterious than they ever knew. But every step they take from the swamp, the shadow grows bigger.
I was just about to be like, you got it. You learned it.
I know.
Such
And
an
then I
escalation of...
Fumble.
That's okay.
Hey, that's okay.
Hey, I fumble the opening every day of my life.
That's your thing, though.
All right. Do your fact, okay?
Now, don't take Buster Bester away from him.
Okay.
Just for comedic effect, okay?
So my Nuro fact, I think, I guess just following on from the last episode, that I think Nuro is in a little bit of a moral pickle. everything that they did last episode was very destructive, I think. I always like to imagine that Nuro resets the nature around them once they're done with it. I think that they just left Caledon a broken mess of vines and roots. And not to mention shanking that old man with spirit tentacles and trying to...
Spirit shanks.
Yeah, trying to trash talk a dragon.
Yeah, that was big energy.
Yeah, my
That was some
God.
BDE right there.
So, yeah, I think they have a huge sense of needing to take responsibility, but they're 10. So, yeah, they're not really grasping how to do that, I think. So that's Nuro.
Speaking of not knowing how to grasp things, my name is Ash and I play Lee V, the Prodigy, they, them, a runaway whose new friends cover their escape from a prison, but feeling a bit spineless about re-entering a world that seems to have forgotten them. Now torn, they need to decide if their journey is about returning to their mark or starting a whole new chapter.
Nice. Another good take from you, Ash. You always get them down seamlessly.
Sometimes you just got to do it. My fact this time is all about just how Levy's feeling after Caledon. It's just like the complete...
It was a big one for him.
the
Yeah, it was.
complete opposite of Georgie's Nuro there. Like, it's more focused and more ready to just do the next thing. It's just like, thank you, Caledon, for what you've given me. I'm just ready to keep going. So
You really found your stride with Levy, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Sounds
late bloomer, but we got there.
well, that's it too. Hello, my name is Ash. I am the Grandmaster of the White Lotus, or Goose Monkey.
Gum, gum.
Yeah. I was
Yes, Lucas!
Yeah, about time. Join the party.
Sorry.
waiting. No, you're A-okay.
Sorry.
Yes, I don't have any particularly fun facts, right? Like, I'm sort of glad that Caledon's done because I don't have to do Scottish accents anymore. So
I think we're all pretty...
pretty happy that I don't have to do that anymore. Yes, this hate crime against the Scottish people. So no, instead I'm going to give a little fact. I've been attending, one of our Patreon members runs an event called Meads and Minis, and it's wonderful. If you've ever thought of like a paint and sip or anything like those, this is the same thing, but instead of like a canvas or pots, you're painting mini figurines. And I've now been to like 3 of them. Guys, I just really like it. It is so therapeutic to sit there amongst people that have similar, like, just they like the
Energy.
same games, yeah, same energy. They all play D&D, and so you just sit there and you paint, and everyone is so supportive. They're like, "Wow, that looks great! I love what you're doing." That it doesn't matter whether what I've done is trash or not. They all say really nice things. So thank you very much, everyone, for making me feel very welcome at those events.
Oh, and as a little add-on, I have been playing around with Hero Forge making minis of our characters. So
Biff as well.
the time is coming close. I've done my take on my fellow players' characters, but I think I've sent you guys the files to do the final
Yeah,
tweak.
I played it around with me
Yeah.
just a little bit.
No one
just
sent
with
me
clothing.
anything. What is this?
I am
missing out.
so sorry. Like, it's just hard to capture Levy's essence.
Yeah, that's fair too.
But I'll give you a few. I'll give you a few. You know what? I should put that on my to-do list. But yeah, sometime soon you're gonna be able to paint your own little,
Love
little
Runaway.
You're gonna paint your little runaway. You're gonna paint your little runaway.
Also, another quick thing. I was watching Avatar last night, actually, and I was watching the episode where Toph is committing crime, doing grifts.
Drifting.
Yeah.
And her her wanted name is the Runaway. And I was like, oh my God, I never picked up on that. But there you go. Anyway.
Well, I guess with that, roll the loaded dice. The briefest of catch-ups. Caledon is now in...
Flames.
I was going to say the rearview mirror of the ship, but that doesn't work either. Caledon is behind you. It is functionally safe. You have managed to stop the Cinder Squad from destroying anyone on the island. You've managed to stop them from getting the chapter of the Book of War. You've managed to stop them from finding the scale of the dragon that was there. And overall, you are recovering from this pretty big ordeal. Like, it was a big couple of days. Functionally, you were on Caledon for 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Oh my god. It's been like 5 episodes.
Functionally,
long day.
you arrived in the morning and you left the next morning.
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna be a legend amongst those people. Like, remember that ship that came and then the volcano exploded and there was maybe a dragon and then all they were gone and who knows? Like,
I mean, there's at least one person pining for Minh, hoping that he will one day come back.
one recorded person.
One recorded. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And we're actually a couple of days later. Minh, you are somewhat groggy as you are awoken. And everyone is in your room. And the second your eyes are open, surprise!
Surprise, man!
Oh,
Hey,
we got to
happy
talk
birthday,
about.
Minh.
I can't believe you didn't
Why-
tell us. We had to snoop.
Yeah.
Who's been going through my things?
It's for your own good, Min.
It was sooty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm blaming Sooty. That's yeah.
Oh, Levy. Always the last one to chime in.
I mean, okay, it was me. I told everybody.
I knew it. But you know where my stuff is, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, this is for you, and they hand you a package like that is wrapped in some sort of brown paper.
Ooh.
And foil.
Truth be told, I did not expect any sort of birthday celebrations, but thank
I mean-
you so much.
I mean,
Don't like that you snuck in my room while I was asleep and I didn't wake up. That's concerning.
Room is so
Actually,
hot.
Yeah.
you snore quite loudly,
you
actually,
like-
for a
you
small
were really
person.
asleep, man.
All right, no, yeah, I've been quite tired. Okay, anyway, I'm good. He's like, and he pushes everyone away. He's like, starts ripping at the.
Yeah, so you look down and you actually see a copy of Kota the Mountain Slayer. And you look and you realize that it's one of the first printings that they did. Like it's an original edition. And he says, I found it when we were last at CD Merchants Pier.
By the spirits, this is incredible.
I mean,
How did you know?
I mean, you always talk about like the artwork that you used to draw, and I just sort of jumped that maybe this was sort of something you wanted.
Oh,
This is
there's
a-
pictures in that book? Cassie?
This is mostly a picture book, Nuro. Yeah, so the artists, they draw pictures and then they put little talk bubbles next to them. It's amazing. Kotor the Mountain Slayer. Now, not many people know this, but his first edition stuff is really hard to come by because they only made like 50 when he first did it because he didn't know if he was going to do more, if he was going to be popular enough. But then Marshall got their hands on the printing press and just went bananas. But this is first edition, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I found it. I don't think the person who had the stall really knew what it was, so I'm like, here you go.
Did he really slay a mountain?
Well, it's part of the story. If you read it, you'll find out.
Has Minh Fang ever actually read this exact copy?
I think no, not this exact copy. I think he knows the story, but I don't think he's actually read it before.
Like everyone's read a Captain America thing before, but they haven't necessarily
read, yeah, Captain America
like
1.
one.
Yeah, no,
he
yes,
where he punches
absolutely.
Hitler.
He has not actually read it, but he's excited and he knows what it is. But yeah,
Did anybody else get Minh Fang a present?
I have a headband for you.
a headband. Okay,
One that is worthy of your forehead.
all right. Little compliment
And
behind an insult
I-
there. Let me have a look. The whole
Tomo-
past judgment to see how
Tomo
offended I
lays it
am.
out. It is beautiful blue-green. It's silky. There are silver like lines running up and down, like almost like waves. But every now and then there is just a hint of red and orange.
Oh.
Green. Very tasteful.
Tomo, this is fabulous. I don't know if I can wear this though. Would you be offended if I tied it around my arm?
It is yours to do.
Because I
what
don't
you
want to.
will.
I don't want to mess up my perfect hair.
Yeah, but then
know?
you have to like elbow people.
Yeah, but I mean, well, elbows are very sharp, lady. You know, what? They never know where it's coming from.
I made you this. And in Nuro's little hand is a hand whittled statue of Minh in like in a push and pull motion.
Oh, that's really nice.
And it's, not exactly to likeness, but
The forehead's really big.
yeah. I wasn't going to say, but yeah. Yeah.
I
Hands that over.
Did you make this, Nuro?
Yeah, I made it. I like to whittle.
Thanks, little guy. This is awesome.
You're welcome.
It's
Wow.
very good.
Yeah.
Present.
Yeah.
You know, this is a good form too. You got the arms right and everything.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like get like it needs. You know, I'm gonna find like a little blue rock next time we're on shore, and I'm gonna put it in the hand like it's like water. I know I'm not a waterbender, but you know, it's a water form, so that's nice.
Exactly.
That's really cool. And he
Yeah.
like promptly like puts it in a place of prestige on his mantle in the captain's room that he's stolen. Yeah, he like puts it right on the front of the desk, like right in the front, next to all his like drawings.
I think Nuro's pretty chuffed. They're just like standing there, just like looking at it, just like, he likes my present.
Dad just standing there is like, I didn't really know that this whole thing was happening, so I made the best I can at some sweets. And he pulls out some, they look almost like a shortbread style, like cake bottom, and then some sort of cream that's been really solidified over the top. Is like, I used a little waterbending to try and freeze those down so that they had that right consistency. It's not quite the same as you get back home, but you know.
No, I think I've seen these in the north. I don't think I've ever had them though. Dad's not big on sweets.
In that case, they taste exactly the same, and don't ask any questions, okay?
I mean, he grabs a bit and he eats it. Is it good?
Yeah, no, it's like for someone who has never this would be like, even if you had like the worst cake ever, if you've never eaten cake before, there's sugar, there's like there's bite to it. It's
Oh wow,
it's really hard to complain.
this is great.
Is it really chewy?
Yes. That is correct.
I'm gonna be working. It's gonna take a while.
Everyone, like he's made enough for everybody. Like
Oh, I think Nuro like goes to just like take one, but then stops and is like, "Well, it's your birthday, man. Is it okay if I?"
Levy reaches in.
Eat the
He just grabs it. It's just like, I love this.
Minh like pushes his pieces upon you.
Yeah. I mean, Tomo takes it, bites and smiles. Yeah.
This is probably actually for Nuro. It's probably a strange thing. It's like the sweetest thing you've ever had in your mouth ever.
Be prepared, everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no!
What have we done? No.
I like it.
It's getting them super squishy vibes.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
You magic pixies are.
So Dad, how far away are we from the northern water tribe right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've sort of been heading in that general direction. It's gonna be, look, a few days. If we don't make any big stops, we'll likely make it there before too long. So,
Yeah, there's no rush.
No, there's no. I'm
Anyway.
just. You know what? It's nice to just slow down.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to slow down and just enjoy just being.
After
Where we
Caledon, we really haven't stopped.
I
you
actually
know.
don't remember the last time we actually stopped.
Yeah, neither do I. Where did we stop after Caledon?
When we went to that resort, you know, when we were.
Yes,
I reckon that was the last time we really
with
took
the
a breath,
games.
How did we stop there?
Your mom, remember we were. Actually, wait. How did? We just needed to take a break. We just needed to rest. And,
You know,
and your mom was there. I remember.
Yeah. My mum was there. Yanni got us off the
Yeah,
island.
Yeah,
it was
Yanni's-
Yanni's dragon boat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
That's
the,
right.
The boat dressed up like a dragon because of all the glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the glowing mast.
That's right.
Yeah,
We,
yeah.
And that's how we hid. We snuck away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's coming back.
What
to
were
me
we
now.
talking about?
We were.
The lobsters. I remember the
Yeah, we were
lobsters.
talking
on
about,
that.
like,
Oh, we got
Something
all
like
those
good
tickets.
food,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
I scared the pantaloons off that guy.
Yeah. And I remember, like, look, I didn't hit the kid, but I did. Look, I did pick a
I'm
pocket.
sure they
Hey.
had it coming.
I didn't hit the kid. I just.
Hey
picked
man,
his pocket.
Nuro, no offense, kids suck. Now that I'm 18, let me tell you, children are awful, the worst. Not you though. And he points to Nuro. You're fine.
I think Nuro's just like.
You're full of beans.
Still like trying to, making
Yeah.
disgusting noises.
All right, enough of this. I need to get ready for the day. Thank you very much for my gifts, everybody.
We'll see you at the mess hall. Deck.
Down,
poop
down. Yeah. Okay.
We'll see you. We'll see you on deck.
Bye.
And yeah, he pushes everyone out, and he's like, "Oh, God, no one's ever seen me without my hair done." And he's like quickly trying to sort out his hair.
It's a couple of days later, and you're all sort of just doing your regular activities. I actually had an idea. Can I have a little scene with Nuro?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Levy sees that you're still working on that ice form that you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you mentioned sort of before that you were talking about a little bit of stress with, separating
Yeah.
and I come over and, because one of the things the Prodigy can do is help people learn their moves. And so I kind of wanted to, Levy sees Nuro doing that and says, can I maybe give you a hand?
Levy, you know something about waterbending?
Well, I mean, I saw when you and Dad were doing it the first time, and I sort of picked up the principle. I mean, it's not the same as what I do. I mean, I'm fire-based, but,
I guess I'm struggling with it. In the swamp, we purify our water the same way, but that's on an extreme scale. There's so much in swamp water. I can't figure out how to get these tiny pieces.
I mean, I guess maybe, at least from my perspective, when fire exists, you look at things like heat, and you look at things like size for duration, but while that's different, it's sort of the same, right? It doesn't matter what the outside is doing. I still have to make it a real thing. And I sort of saw what you were doing and how it tends to collapse down at the bottom, and that's where it goes wrong.
Ugh, yeah.
Maybe, and he sort of takes a stance and he says, what if you, rather than focus so much on doing the northern tribe stuff, why don't you try this? And you see he takes a much more bow-legged stance, a little bit sort of something he might have seen Minh FANG do. And he says, this way you're a bit more grounded, but you're still able to move your upper body the same way, but the lower body, you're not as stressed about the sizing. And so he mimics it in what he thinks it should look like. Mm-hmm. So I get to roll as the Prodigy trying to help teach someone to move.
All right, Nuro is just trying to mimic you as well.
It's not great. It's a 7 once I add in focus, which means that I study with a teacher, learn and you spend time teach your fellow companions. I get impatient or frustrated. I can either take it out on you or take it. So no, I really want Nuro to learn this, so I'm going to take 2 conditions to do this. So I'm going to mark...
Big props to Levy.
I'm going to mark angry as I'm trying to hold that in.
It's just watching Nuro fail getting pissed off. That's like watching someone play a video game badly and you're just like...
And then I'm going to mark guilty that I'm getting angry about it.
That's very good. That's very good.
But basically that means that you learn the technique. You don't even have to roll for it anymore. It's now...
Oh, cool.
It's now locked in for you. Yeah. On a hit, you teach well enough, they learn the technique. I just have to mark 2 conditions.
All right, so it is now learned.
It's now learned.
So does this mean Nuro can make learned move can do an ice move?
Yeah.
Also,
All right, I think it's been a while there of just practicing that move with that different stance.
Yeah, well, that's sort of how I view it.
Yeah.
You've been going backwards and forwards. So
Yeah, and I think
I think you're right that Levy could teach this. So yeah.
And I think Levy does eventually something clicks for Nuro, and all of a sudden it's just like it's purified enough that when they go to then make any kind of ice, it's like a very sudden thing. I like to imagine they're like, Levy, look at me make some ice.
I am yes. How good is that?
Okay, why didn't I ask you earlier? Of course you could teach me.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm fire, so why would you ask me?
You're a fire, yeah.
Yeah. Because we've always needed someone with fire on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna go show the others.
Yeah, I mean, go show Dad. Dad is going to be really excited.
Dad, look at my ass.
It's like, you surely you haven't really gotten it yet.
No, look.
What? I don't understand that stance, but that, hey, that...
I feel stronger with the ass. Look at me go.
Yeah, you can do it.
I think Min's watching Nuro run around like making ice everywhere, causing chaos. I think he's with Tomo. Sort of like, I imagine we're like sitting on, maybe up on the mast sort of thing, because we know there's like, it's made to look like a pirate ship, but it doesn't need the
Yes,
mast.
correct.
But like we've got him up, I guess. I sort of Min climbs up to Tomo like with a cool sort of like.
Oh, yeah, come on up.
Sorry.
You know what? If you look out enough, you could pretend we're flying.
Yeah. So there's always this familiarity when we get up here, isn't there? Like we've been here in the sky.
It just feels
Nice.
right somehow. But anyway, well, something. What are you?
Oh,
what's up?
Hey, so I've been thinking. Do you remember back on Caledon? Remember when we went down in the hole and there was Sozin's dragon and Nuro was there and you were there and
No, that was a scary moment.
yeah, and you know how I just sort of like went hiya. My yeah, I sort of do like a chop in the air. I swear my hand was blue. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Secondly,
For those playing at home, it was definitely blue. Yes.
yeah. But Nuro was like,
That's where my
Not-
attention. Nuro was not themselves.
I've been finding it so hard to think. So this is why it's taken me ages to bring up, but because I know we've been out here for days. But yeah, I just remembered, and I thought that wasn't Nuro, was it?
Tomo leans in close. In fact, I'm telling you the truth. I am actually still very scared of what is inside Nuro.
Yeah, I picked up on that because I remember because I was talking with Grandpa, and you came up, and you were scared. And I've known you what we've been friends for a while now. I've never known you to be scared, even when you're staring down like an exploding child or a crazy science woman.
The spirit world is beyond us.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't said this before, because I don't know if that thing can hear us. So I think we just play it safe, play cool, get to the Northern Water Tribe and talk to your father about this.
Yeah, Dad's probably got some answers. I mean, he can look into your eating issues and whatever's going on with Nuro, and you know, Levy's got their stuff going on. Maybe he can help with them too.
Once we're the Water Tribe, it's one of the safest places in the world. I think we can.
Yeah, Agna Qel'a's walls are pretty impenetrable.
I can't wait to see it. I've never ever been anywhere close to it.
It's cold. It's cold, but you get used to it. You do. The running water helps. It's odd. Should I mention this to Nuro? I mean, because I want to ask them, because if they're cognizant of it, then maybe it's something we can avoid.
Look, I don't know. They could be, like I said, I love Nuro. Nuro is our family, but there's someone else in there, and I don't know how much they can hear.
You look down on deck, and it's almost like an ice war is happening between Nuro and Daj and a couple of the other waterbenders. And it's easiest way to describe it is almost like a snowball fight. Like,
Great.
Levy's just standing to the side watching, being like, "Yeah, I made this happen."
I think he looks down and like Min's pretty happy with the sight, but it's just like,
Look, let sleeping eel dogs lie, yeah?
yeah, it's just there's always
That's
something.
very good.
It's always, I feel like we make progress with Nuro, and then something else happens, and it's like, give the kid a break, right?
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what we should do. Give him a break. We've
Yeah.
all earned this.
All right, maybe we should go throw ice at each other or something.
Sounds good. Race you to the bottom.
It's like swan dives off with his rope. Throws it. Spider-Man's down. You shouldn't have gone competitive. He's down there in an instant.
You are absolutely going to have to roll for that.
Yeah, well, watch this, baby. 6 and a 1.
Rely on your skills.
Skills and training. Focus. 0, 7. I do it, but imperfectly.
Yeah, I think that you miss the deck and you end up overboard into the splash, but you don't mark anything because
I pretend that I did it deliberately.
it's a perfect swan dive into the water.
Which is not. And my rope definitely missed the mast, and I just go straight in, and I don't swing back onto the thing looking cool. I just drive into the water.
Good news, everyone on this boat can swim, so it's not a problem.
Minh can swim. It's fine. You see a rope go. Whoosh.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't get yourself back up where I think all the waterbenders are just going to slowly lift you out of the water and deposit.
I'm fine. I just wanted a dip. He's like,
Tomo pulls you up.
Levy's going to create a little fire either side of you, and it's just sort of like a little heater to give you that blow
it's
wave.
the stuff. I'm so cold. The water's getting cold the more north we're getting. He starts warming himself up a little bit, putting his hands over Levi's fire, just you warm your hands on a fire, but it's literally just him going. In front of him, just
I mean, it's more, Levy's fire doesn't really come from their hands so much as it sort of comes around.
Yeah, okay. I'm just hands out against Levy, like they're the fire.
It's like, I got you, buddy. I got you. A day or two later, Tomo, you're sitting on the deck, just looking out across the world. Everyone's just sort of busy and doing their own thing. And I think you get the thought pops into your head. I wonder if the Book of War might tell me anything about what's going on more with these little sections that you're looking for. So I approach, Levy approaches Tomo and it's like, hey, I know that we sort of said we wouldn't, but I had a bit of a look through that red journal. I didn't do it for me. I was looking and it didn't have anything about the whole combustion thing in there. I thought it might, but it didn't. But what it did have is I saw a few spots where if there was an organization like this is how it should be set out. Because we have one point that we know there was something, which was Chimps and Big Island. It suggested there were two other spots that would make sense because it was an Earth Kingdom program, right? That's one of the.
It was the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that, Levy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. Look, we don't know for certain, but based on this, it was saying that tactically to have something that could go from one space to the next, because you said that it would have to be able to move, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that means that there's two spots. One, if it's Earth Kingdom, there has to be somewhere in the walls of Ba Sing Se that is going to be away from the main city, but still a place where things could happen, where there's enough transit going through. So I don't know where that is, but there will be something in Ba Sing Se. And the other place that it said would be somewhere along the way. And I had a look at the map before, and the other place that would make sense is a little place called Chameleon Bay, because the book was talking about one of the flying opera setups were there. And so if it was a pirate base at one point that hasn't really been used in the last couple of 100 years, then it would be a perfect place to set up a smuggling operation that is some degree of fortified, because all those pirate groups used to fight each other all the time.
I am so glad I opened up to you about this. I think you're putting things together that I don't think any of us could have figured out.
I mean, I can't promise that that's there, but that's what the...
Look, Levy, I've pretty much been giving up on this, to be honest. So this gives me hope. Thank you. Should we talk to Minh FANG about it then?
I mean, we can. I think Levy grabs you and it's just like, Tomo, you are, of all of us, you're the most resilient. The things that you've been through, I can't imagine them. I just can't. And I look at you every time that you put yourself to something, with this appetite stuff and what, If you remember when we were on Piandal's ship and you were talking about how much you didn't want to open up to anybody, and I'm like, I kind of need to know, and I'm so glad you did. So thank you for letting me help you, but please never give up. Just don't.
I think Tomo just sort of probably extends an arm out, like just offering just a hug.
Oh, Levy like doesn't like the second you do it, dives straight in.
Thank you. Look, this might be dangerous though. If you're saying it could be an old pirate base, there might still be some other smugglers around.
I mean, this book hasn't been touched for a while, so who knows anything? But you know, there was that there. It makes tactical sense.
You know, Levy, I guess I know you're committed to stay with us for all these books to put it together.
Yeah.
And I guess that should be the main priority. But I guess, have you thought about what you do after this?
I mean, you know me. I'm just here to help people. You know, so.
Well, I'm glad for it. Look, I think I'm hoping with Karash out of the picture, everything would be suspended. So this is not something we need to urgently look into now. But I guess if there's an opportunity, I guess hopefully it won't hurt.
I mean, I think we'll find a chance. Surely we'll find a chance.
You know what, Levy? I think I need to maybe get out of my own head a bit. Care for a game of Pai Cho?
You know, sure.
Nobody can make me sweat like in that game like you can.
I guess that's the good old fire people that do that. So we make people sweat.
I mean, because I guess we're like kind of on the deck. You guys can see what's happening. Just suppose you can just jump in if you wanted to.
Pie show again. Don't you do anything else?
It's good for the mind.
Yes, but like just read a book. You know what I mean?
What if you can't read a book?
What if you can't read a book? No, you can't play pie show. I mean that's not true. But
I mean, it's not like we've got a lot of books on boat to read anyway. So
yeah, I guess we've all read the Mountain Slayer now, like twice, 5 times, 12 times.
I haven't lent it to anybody else, Minh.
No, it's there in the. If anyone wants to read it, they can.
I've read it.
Have you? Really?
How'd you get into my room, Nuro? How'd you get into my room? He starts chasing him down.
Nuro just throws ice at you.
My eye.
And this is why we play Pai Cho.
That's right. Civilized.
Yeah,
mature.
You see Mid and Nuro running around in the background trying to catch each other.
Honestly, it's just so nice to have somebody, more level-headed.
I mean, yeah, I get that. About a day later, Dad comes up to where everyone's hanging about, having breakfast or doing whatever you're all doing. And he says,
Looking at the map.
we will very likely be ready to dock in just over half a day.
Yeah, great. It looks good. I mean, I'm showing Nuro. I think what I'm actually doing is showing Nuro the map and going, hey, this is where we are and this is how you figure out where we are. And
Yeah, their little finger is just kind of tracing pathways, I think, from the foggy swamp as well. Like
Yeah.
they're just kind of, following along with you.
yeah, great. Well, I must confess.
Yeah, I think Nuro just puts maybe notices your nerves at that and just puts a hand
He's
on
definitely
your hand
like, oh no.
and just pats it.
Levy doesn't know what's going on, but they also put their hand.
Thanks, guys. I haven't been here for like. It feels like it's nearly been a year. I think maybe not. I can't. It's so hard to. Is anyone else struggling to think properly at the moment? Like I'm constantly foggy.
I feel
I
like
think
I'm
it's the
losing.
cold.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not
Maybe-
used to this much
maybe
cold.
the-
I
Food's
should
not
start
good.
wearing sleeves again. This is not good.
But those arms, like...
I know.
Yeah. Maybe we must. Maybe something in the food's gone bad. I'm gonna go have a look, and Min's gonna go off and try and see if there's something wrong with the food, as to why he can't think properly.
Okay.
No, I mean...
So we're all standing on deck watching the
think-
great walls of.
No,
no,
so
it's
we're
a
not
day,
there yet.
half.
It's half
But-
a day.
Yeah, we're probably at like Icebergville. Like we're looking at everything is now very in the same way that when you go to the Fire Nation's like, oh, there's a volcano. Oh, there's a volcano. Oh, there's a
Okay,
volcano.
so
This is there's an iceberg. Oh, there's an ice mountain. There's
Yeah. I think we're also in the ship at that point.
Yeah.
So.
we're in
Yeah.
World 6 of any Mario game. That's
Okay. Cool.
Oh, Nuro, you're gonna have to get some shoes on before we get onto the ice.
Shoes.
He comes back. He's like, if you don't wear shoes, your feet will get stuck, and you'll
Says who?
me. I'm telling you that if your feet are too warm, they'll melt the ice, but then they'll immediately freeze again.
But I am the Ice King now.
It doesn't matter what part of the ice royal family you're from, your feet will still freeze to the ground. Or your toes will fall off.
Okay, so you're saying
Like your cousin, remember? You told me that story about your cousin's toes falling off?
I wasn't his toes, but sure.
Either way, he doesn't walk properly, and you want to walk properly.
Okay, fine, but just not annoying and itchy and heavy.
And Levy sort of reaches over and it's like, hey, I've never said this to you before, but I don't really like shoes either. So maybe
Thank you.
Oh, none of us like
no, but
shoes. We
like-
just wear them because we have to,
You
Levy.
like shoes. Don't you
you
love
yeah
shoes.
like this is the first time in your life that you haven't had like
Good.
3 sets of shoes on hand ready to go.
Yeah, and I'm a changed man.
I
okay?
will
Yeah, look
only
at him, Mr.
wear
Adult now.
shoes if they're your shoes.
In fact,
That means I need to buy new shoes. He throws his shoes away.
I think they're definitely
It's
oversized.
like I can wear some rock booties if I need to.
Rock booty.
I hate everything you just said.
I've killed Georgie.
Rock booties. Okay.
Shake your rock booty.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I know there's like a chunk of rock like outside the wall that I can make some shoes from. Yeah. And it flashback to Minh getting destroyed by his dad in a fire. The rock thing that I think I talked about.
Yeah.
Previous Minh fact.
It was
Yeah.
a Minh fact, yeah.
Is there? Okay, so I would like to. I thought of having a particular conversation with Minh. Is it do we have a bit of time?
Like now's the perfect time. This is sort of like me, Ash, telling you that if there's anything you want to happen before you actually
Okay, then now's the point.
now's the point. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Before sort of the next, because all of a sudden you'll be in civilization and there will be people that are trying to speak to you and wonder who you are and what you're doing. So like this is your last chance for that.
Well, Min's down, like opening all the barrels and
Great. Okay, so I like to imagine the shoe thing has happened, and then you've gone down to the barrels. Okay, I think that whole Nuro has a very sudden urge to reach out to Minh specifically, so I think they're going to follow you down to the barrels and just see you dipping your head in.
well, I'm not dipping my entire head into the preserved food.
I do want assess the situation out of you.
Yeah, okay.
Fun.
4 and a 1. Plus creativity though. That's a 7. I get 1.
Okay.
Yeah, what should I be on the lookout for?
What is Minh Fang's favorite food on this trip?
I think there's like, it's got to be potatoes, right? They're tubers from the ground. He's an earth boy. Like there's like potatoes, like because they can be stored for a while pretty comfortably.
You're certain that there was meant to be a whole barrel of potatoes and it is basically empty. It is.
Oh, who's been eating the potatoes?
Potatoes?
Yeah, someone's been eating all the potatoes. I mean, I was looking for what was off to make us feel weird, but all the potatoes are gone. Oh, How am I meant to make my potato surprise now?
I think as you're talking, Nuro just kind of.
Can Min's back next time beat what the potato surprise is?
Sure. You'll learn about the potato surprise next episode.
Nuro heaves themselves up on top of a barrel and is just kind of swinging their legs awkwardly and is like, man, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, sure. You've always got my ears. You know you do. You can talk about anything.
Well, you're all like brothers to me. You and
Your
Tomo.
family to me too.
That means a lot. I guess the difference between you and Tomo and Yanni? The difference between you and Tomo is that you're not gonna just let me climb all over you, you know?
Right.
You've got boundaries, and I respect that. You don't pretend to me, and
Well, look, the world's crazy and weird and violent. We're in a war, and you're not stupid, Nuro. I'm not going to lie to you.
well, you're not either, and I know you stopped me in that cave.
Min sort of gets uncomfortable and takes a big breath in. Yeah, I did. I did stop you. Not entirely sure how. My hand sort of went blue and I went like, yeah. He keeps coming back to the, yeah, and he can't do it again. And he's like,
For those playing at home, Jesse, every single time, every you've heard this episode is him doing a karate chop motion.
yeah. And you
got
just see
that
Min,
kung
he's
fu
like,
grip.
yeah, trying to do it again. And it's just not happening. He's like, I don't know what I did though. So I can't help you if that's what you're asking.
Well, when you did it, I felt this just burst, and I came back to myself more.
Yeah. There was some odd double speak going on, I think. You would like, there was like you, and then there was like a you. And he's sort of like you know when like there's when you're watching like shadow puppets and there's like the guy talking as a character, but you know it's like someone
I love
else.
shadow puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like you were the puppet, and that was I just had to stop that because I didn't know what that was, and it didn't. You were kind of like arguing with the dragon. It wasn't going to end well, so I'm sorry I had to do that.
No,
but,
no. When I was in the swamp, I never noticed it as much. It felt normal. But ever since I left, it's almost like I realize it's been there the whole time, but it's getting stronger. It's getting mean. it's getting it's louder. It's just getting louder and louder.
There's two things I want to talk about quickly. Number one, Nuro, and I need you to be honest with me. Is this you, or is this something with you?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
My mama says that I went into dark places in Foggy Swamp and I came out different, but like I said, it was normal. But it's not. It doesn't feel normal, man. It feels like it wants things outside of me. Like sometimes I feel like I'm in control and it listens and it does what I want, but then sometimes it's like I'm doing what it wants. And the further I get, the more worried I am. Well, I mean, I really hurt that old man, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it, but
I feel it.
yeah. Levi? Levy was really upset.
It's weird how we keep forgetting his name. He's been with us.
I know, it's so embarrassing. I get embarrassed every time. Look, what was I talking about? See, this is why I'm looking for this rotten food, because I just can't think properly.
Hey, Lucas, is Tomo listening to any of this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I felt
Tomo-
like Tomo was eavesdropping for sure.
Pretty much.
Can I just say one thing before you jump in, if you want to? Because I wanted to actually ask Minh something specific.
I wasn't gonna jump in.
Okay.
I think Tomo has just been like in the corner, just listening intently. His tonfas partially drawn because, as far as he's concerned, Nuro is a potential time bomb here, and
Yeah.
he's not gonna leave anyone alone with Nuro.
And if there is someone who knows about being a living bomb,
Yes.
Yeah, it is Tomo.
Yeah.
All right. I think like Nuro
Yes.
sees you kind of fussing and losing focus again, and just kind of like grabs you and stops you, and is like, "Man, I'm asking you because I know you tell me the truth. I think I need to reach out to this thing. I think I need to talk to it."
Well, this was my second idea. There's a school of thought, and I've only read about it, and it kind of seems a bit odd anyway, but there's this concept that we have, like, parts of us that we don't like, right? And we call them our shadow parts. But they are part of us, and we can't ever get rid of them. And every time we try and push them away and put them down, they end up manifesting worse. And I think it's got to do with... Do you remember Boomy was talking to us about balance and the yin and yang and the two energies? I think that you have to... And this is, like, maybe risky, but, like, there's a part of us that we have to accept, right? I mean, at least I think that's it. You know, my dad's better at this than me, but I feel like you can't... If there is something in you, you can't repress it. Because that's the one thing I do know about, is repressing things.
We're pretty similar in that way, huh?
Yeah. So, it's so hard to think.
Yeah.
But, I
maybe
mean-
it's the smell of those eggs. I don't know.
Maybe. But look, maybe you're right. Maybe you need to talk to it, whatever this part of you is. But if that's what you need, then my dad will be able to know how to help. He can put you in the right space to do it, and trick you or hypnotize you with his sort of weird shapes and chants and things.
Sounds kind of fun, honestly.
I don't get it. It's weird. One time I tried doing it. I couldn't taste green for days.
everyone at home, the seriousness
Yes,
of
I don't even
Jesse's
know what
face. Like, he has just said the most normal thing and he's just staring off at his face like, yeah, it was a time.
Oh, not green. It's the best tasting stuff.
All the good grasses are green.
Yeah, they really are.
You hear Dad call down from the deck just down into the galley. I mean, like, hey, we're getting pretty close, everybody.
Oh boy.
Man. Deep breaths. You gotta let it out.
Tomo's good at the breathing. I'm bad.
Look, we don't.
Oh, I'm getting stressed out.
Oh, let's get out of this little smelly place. Huh?
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go. Thank you for.
Where's Tomo? He can teach me how to breathe again. I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about it. I can't stop.
Breathe in.
Minh Fang's walking on deck, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apprehensively.
No, I mean, I see him and I walk on over and it's like, hey, Minh, remember we talked to... All right, so one in, 1, 2, 3, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, and then one big breath, 1, 2, 3. There it is, see? You can do this.
Yeah. So, like, last time I was here, I kind of, like, lava bended at my peers. Oh, no. Minh remembers that he had a girlfriend, and he's like, oh, no. Oh, no.
Minh, why the long face?
1, 2, 3. 1.
I may or may not have maybe had a girlfriend that I forgot about.
How do you... Wait, how do you forget about a girlfriend?
Hey, Levy, it was a tumultuous time in my history,
That's red flag zone.
and I went and I became a pirate for 3 weeks.
Okay, that's definitely a red flag.
We and
We
oh no, oh no! I didn't tell her.
Fang?
I didn't tell her. I just left. I just ran away.
We are agents of a secret organization. You were pulled away. There was no time to tell her.
No, Tomo, I went to school here.
Look.
That.
Breathe. I am trying to help. We were called upon, all of us, for our special abilities. We had to go. We had to drop everything. Nobody could know what we were doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
the what do we call ourselves? The one squad, the A squad. That's
That was like one time that I made a bad. I don't know. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if I can't back that up.
is
I think you just feel like Min's like completely lost any amount of confidence you've ever seen him have. It's all just gone. And that is a surprise to Jesse as much as it is everyone else.
I rather like this. Daj heads up to the mast, which we know isn't a real mast, and he draws some of the water from the ocean, and kind of like that semi-fire that we've sort of alluded to before, he lets off a couple of he makes some shapes in the air.
Very cool.
Bellagio.
Yeah, I sort of picture it as like making the actual characters out of the water, and you see the giant gates, because at this point no one outside of Minh has seen this site. And you see the gates of Agna Qel'a open, and it is beyond anything that anyone has seen. The world is made of ice. The architecture, it's all frozen over. It is structured. You see canals branching off and people moving through those canals. You see a bustling activity of people that should be cold but aren't, that are walking around just living their daily life. It is glorious to see. And I think that everyone is completely awestruck.
As Min enters is on the boat entering the gates, he's like, shoes. And he runs and gets some rocks from downstairs, and he just crushes them down and then bends them into some Japanese geta sandals. So he's walking an inch off the ground, bit taller than he was before, but
You're officially taller than Levy now for sure.
yeah.
You've got a girl to impress me, then.
No, it's not about the size, it's about not touching the ice. Which gives me a weird feeling.
I think there's a level of there's definitely awe in Nuro. Obviously, there's the Foggy Swamp regards the northern and southern tribes as kin. So I don't think that they would definitely know about them. Maybe Nuro would have seen flashes of this place from the swamp.
Yeah, that's fair.
definitely.
Yeah.
But to see this place of their kindred, I suppose, knowing how much has been talked up by Minh and everyone, just to actually see it.
It's clean. That is probably the biggest thing Nuro sees, is how clean
and how
shiny and smooth and
Completely
this is
different.
the opposite of everything
lifestyle.
Nuro's ever known.
So I think there's just something special there. There's a connection of feeling something, but this is new to them, obviously. But it's cool. It's really cool for them to see this.
I think Tomo's just clocking this innocent wide-eyed wonder, and it is just a reminder that it's still Nuro. Whatever's inside, it's still Nuro. I think Tomo's gonna walk up and just put a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, I think feeling you just instinctively Nuro pushes up against your side and is just really happy and giddy next to you for sure.
Yeah, Levy's sort of just staring in complete awe, almost a smile, it's just as beautiful as I've read. It's just what I expected. And they look at sort of, Tomo and Nuro and say, I'm really glad that you two have this connection, that you can share this moment. That's really cool.
I think as Levy approaches, Suri that's currently been kind of happily nestled in the nape, just suddenly sort of burrows in a little bit deeper, and like I think there's like a pinch moment, and then Tomo turns around and Levy's there, and it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. Come here, come in here, Levy. Have you ever seen anything like this?
I'm yes and no. I've seen it in my dreams, you could say.
Yeah, it's big, huh? It's really big. It's really the scale, actually, that's really the shocking part. No one really understands how big Agna Qel'a is. And
Is it how you remember it?
Come on, man. Come on. I was here like 11 months ago, maybe. I can't remember properly. And of course I remember it. What do you mean? It's not like I've had an entire lifetime of experiences in the last year of my life that have completely changed who I am. And
Minh Fang, breathe in.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
it's okay. As long as I've got you three, I'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's always just been us, right?
We always have each other.
Yeah. As the boat begins to dock up at one of the sections, there is a contingent of troops that are down there, and Dad is like, "I'll do the talking." And
Yeah, please. They can ask a lot of questions about this gacked boat.
I mean, good news. There's fire damage, so
That's true.
they like that kind of thing. And he goes down and starts talking, and before too long, you in essence get the go ahead to move. I think he says, well, Minh, you live here, so you're.
So do you, bro.
Yeah, I know. I've got to go. Okay, so full disclosure, we sort of ran away.
Oh, I knew it.
I mean,
I knew it.
like
I could tell the moment I saw you, Dad. You were a cheeky little.
Hey,
I don't know
say
what.
words. Don't say words you can't take back. That's
If I get blamed for this,
for what?
for you, for well, people are going to talk, man, because you came back with me.
Yeah, no, it's the opposite. They're thinking they're thinking it's great that you brought us back. So I mean, and we're all here. Like that's the other. This is something we didn't expect. We're all here. So
I guess that's true.
Hey,
Minh Fang, look, at the end of the day, we're all just a bunch of runaways.
Yeah, we're just a boat of runaways.
that being said, just so everyone knows, when we leave here, everyone here has spoken about it. If they let us, and you let us, I'd love to keep going and helping.
Oh, we need to figure out our next moves and stuff. But that is a great, awesome offer that we will absolutely 100% take into consideration, because we obviously can't pilot this boat without you.
Well, yeah, Dad, and you taught me so much.
Yeah, I mean, you need someone to captain it. So
You've been a great friend to us, Dad.
No, Arturo's the.
Where's our...
no, I mean, I've always been in charge of this vessel.
No, but I remember he wasn't, because it annoyed me that.
Talked a lot.
Like,
Would not shut
I mean,
up.
I don't think I'm that bad.
it was really short.
Who's the short guy?
They had wings.
Oh no, we've I think you're thinking Suri. Yeah, like Suri's the one that makes all
our
the
animal
noise.
companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one we've had, yes.
No, because there was.
Because well, I mean, they've been guiding
I
you to the
swear.
directions you want to go. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we've got to go. So
Yeah, that's.
Bye, Dad.
What street do you live on? And he's sort of like looking at Nuro, and like, yeah, where do you live? You're on the north side, right?
yeah, he's if you, I mean, you remember where the school area was. We're not. You'll find us.
What, you a street gang now?
No,
Like, what do you mean where do you live,
No,
bro?
what happens is that Ash doesn't know how the street naming convention works here. So yeah, I'm by Canal 7. Is that what you want?
Great.
Jesse Minh?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Dad. I'll come find you at Canal 7.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. What's your family with? Like, who's your mum?
I didn't plan that far ahead.
Great.
Okay.
Immersion, Ash. Come on. I want to be immersed.
Next to the you're in between the primary school and the
I'm in between the primary school and Canal 7. It's the building
Yep.
which has
I know the one.
The ice.
The one
Why
with
are
the-
we yelling?
I'm usually tense right now and I don't understand why.
It's because we're back in this damned city.
Just 1, 2, 3, and
I can see my breath so much.
Some people can make shapes. Some really good waterbenders, yeah.
I can make shapes.
as everyone goes to walk away.
Not that, just the arguing about where he lived. I'm so sorry.
No, I love it.
It's very dumb.
I liked it.
It was funny.
It was good.
It was very fun.
As everyone walks away to, assumedly, wherever Minh Fang is leading you, we see the camera zoom out and go back to the ship and then go down through the galley and down into the boiler room and into a locked box where there are 2 fragments of the Book of War. And weirdly enough, one of them looks a little bit different from what you remember, because on the cover is a drawing of a puffin with butterfly wings. Piandao sits on an island somewhere in the Fire Nation. He's up a mountain. He's looking out over the sea, sitting cross-legged while he meditates. He senses a presence behind him. I am a dangerous man to find. I'm an even more dangerous man to interrupt in the middle of my meditation. I can tell by the way you walk you're a Fire Nation soldier. So what do you want from me?
I need you to train me,
And why would I do that?
because I think you're the only one who can.
He stands up and turns around to look at the person before him. What does he see?
He sees I don't want to say bedraggled man standing in front of him, but someone who's clearly been traveling for at least a few days. Pretty rough, confused, not really knowing his place in the world, and desperate.
He smirks and says, I've seen your kind before. What is it that I have that no one else does?
The man pulls out a sword that seems to gleam with multicolors and holds it up. I think you have the skills to teach me how to use this properly.
Is this the one who's going to allow us to be utilized?
Yes, shut up.
If Piandao is surprised by this, you do not see the expression on his face. He looks. And he waits. And you know he's thinking. Very well. What's your name?
My name's not important, but you can call me Cole.
The Book of War is Lucas Lee as Tomo, Georgie Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself Jesse Thomas as Minh Fang, and Ash Cooper as our Game Master. The theme song and outro, The Book of War Remains, is by Matt Harrison, and additional sound effects and music are from zapsplat.com. We have some very exciting news to share with you. We are doing our first live show, and we're actually doing it at PAX Australia in Melbourne on the Friday. So if you are in Melbourne and you have tickets to PAX, come on down on Friday the 11th of October to the Owlbear Theatre, where you can find us doing a live show at 10:30 in the morning, and we are super excited and super crazy and super wild about it. You can buy tickets at oz.paxsite.com, and you can get either the 1-day Friday pass or the 3-day pass. But that's our main focus now until we do that, so I don't have much else to tell you, so we will see you next time. The next episode will be out on Saturday the 14th of September. Oh no, man! I went to school here. That ain't gonna fly. I can't say that.